About 22 rounds. So, very strong from him. Alex, though, he is going to get caught off early on. That native steal not going to do too much of the blame. Actually takes a decent amount of damage for it. Smooya, he's going to get tapped away. Config with that P250, able to secure one, but now Movistar Riders, they start to find some kills in return, and Shocks, how's he found that one? Rush wasn't even around the corner. Blame F, at least from Connectors, keeping his guard for a little bit longer. They've been able to bring it just into steal. Trapped between the two of them. He has a kit, he has time, but it's starting to dwindle away. The unsilenced USP, unconventional. Maybe it can bring him a bit of good fortune as he pushes for JKS, but who will take his head off. And Complexity on the board. Complexity, a nice 3-0 start. A nice opening yet again from Complexity. Again, this mid-aggression, finding openings. Previously, it was just against the lesser weaponry, but this time against the full buy. Smooya with the AWP. It's Steel who's taken away. Life removed, and you're aggressive towards the apartments. Alex has found Config, though. You didn't expect Alex to be then. He's going to first to push around this corner for Complexity, and that was why, because he gets taken down. It's just the Mac 10 lost. Feels better. So the A1S just feels pretty crisp. Right. Zone is pretty crisp with the AWP blowers. The Movistar Riders get looked apart. Smooya, surely he doesn't try and do this. He picks off Poison. He had a chance at JKS there, and that nade is going to put him even lower on HP. 16 only. Both JKS and Blame F will survive. A full buy for them to deal with. As Opos goes aggressive in towards the apartments, captures Rush. The B lurk for Complexity this round. He gets Annihilate Poison in to try and provide a bit of overwatch for Config, who pushes forward in towards jungle, catches one, but he will quickly be traded. And the Movistar Riders, they just collapse all of the kills onto their laps, and it's Poison alone versus 4. He's going to try pushing towards a B site, try and get a bomb plant, but Steel's about. Steel's going to deny that. No bomb plant, no one surviving for Complexity. Definitely opportunities to work with. JKS tries to push from the apartments, but the timing just eludes him ever so slightly as he peeks up from the palace, and Molotov in his hand. And the rest of the round comes crumbling down afterwards. Opos is in an MP9 still. Smooya's running the AWP, and it's complete A-site defenders to try and hold the line. They've got Smooya over by short, protecting Connector. He gets one, but one's already pushed through. That's Config. Who they suspect he's there. Alex and Sandwich are not clearing for him. He gets one. Shocks trades him out. And Steel just pushes through the smoke to deal with Config. And that is Movistar up to by the prospect of beating Complexity in 2. He's had himself a nice opening kill to JPS. The rest of the hit comes in towards the A site as Shocks. He can land one kill. So he's caught out. Or should be caught out. How's he found that shot? Somehow Config doesn't kill him. And Blame F left all on his lonesome as the rest of his team's carcasses are strewn around this site. We'll finish off Smooth. The utility comes flying in. It does a little bit of damage, and he's forced wide. The Steel's crosshair. He finally comes in from that flight. There's a Spanish cast without the images, I assume from HLTV or something. Movistar Riders get themselves a 2-1 there in towards. But it's Llama Esports, if you want to check that out. I think it's a Spanish cast without the actual stream, without the game. So, check that out. That's getting caught. I was trying to make the... can find something interesting here. This Molotov. Oh, this Molotov could be huge. Moppos, though. He just stands inside of it. He'll burn to death to secure the round. And he does get the... I think it's only 2 Spaniards. Kill. Yeah. Certainly fits into the roster very nicely. This kill found for him, but Config, the Tech 9, expected to see them at times on overpass, finding these quick hits with the pistols. Working out quite nicely. They've managed to get themselves a 4-on-2 after plant. Up to Smooya and Shocks. They want to try and go for this. Weapons now in Complexity's hands. It's just Poison left without stealth. In fact, they are going to have to get forward to Config. He was low on HP. He's been taken down, but the amount of damage done means that Poison's able to peek out the Deagle, gets that kill relatively quickly, and at least Smooya on his lonesome. I think they've heard that scope as well. I think AKS will probably call that out, you can see. But, well, Poison, fair enough, I guess. last round, they do have themselves a full buy, and they have themselves an entry as well. Very nicely done. One, but it's not all over for the Complexity, or for the Movistar Riders side, especially this kill from Steel, evening things up. Shox is going to peek out to try and trade the trade, and it's going to work out wonderfully as he actually doubles himself up. JKS and BlameF, the last two. As BlameF gets a kill towards the B site, that'll be the only defender Mopoz found. 2v2 ensues. Alex has the AWP in his hands, and he has Shox for a bit of support. Already 2 kills to Shox's name. One will go down. 50 seconds on the clock. Oh, JKS eats lead as that bullet through the box catches him super low. BlameF lucky not to get caught out there himself as he gets tagged a little bit, jumping across, left in the 1v1 as his teammate got found. Shox looking for his last player. It's ring around the rosy, but oh, Shox! That was phenomenal. BlameF had his number. Shox looking the other way, but the flick, it wasn't a very... Movistar Riders are going to go fast towards his A site. Looking for the opening shots, and there's Config offering himself up to the god that is Mopoz. Fortunately, the sacrifice is met with a lot of kills from the rest of Complexity. Good omens, I guess. Mopoz and Shox. Make that just Mopoz. Make that nobody. There's kills coming quickly for the Twitch issue. I have to wait 150 seconds to find out, but I'll try and keep an eye out on chat as Movistar Riders. They'll perhaps into mid there, catching a couple. I'm not sure if that put Movistar off a little bit. Smoothie needs to be careful in towards mid as he does get caught off. Maybe might have been better just to stick with the team, but it was planted. Luckily for them, there's nobody here. If there was a player sneaking around the back of that site, the bomb could have been denied very effectively. It's going to be the tough one to deal with. Mopoz low HP in towards the market. He will also be tough, but it's Shox and Alex who find one apiece. BlameF, the last player alive, has dealt with the bench player. It's now a market and one in the apartments as BlameF trying to find some shots, but Shox actually gives himself up. The headshot from BlameF comes through. BlameF will kill all of them, but there's not enough time. Even with the kit, he'll go down to the bomb. And Movistar Riders, they'll find... So, it's a bit of a pain with the delay, but I think we can all agree in terms of having a bit of competitive integrity. It's worth the sacrifice. The Venom is weakened. No backfire. At least not initially, as BlameF now collects himself a trade, walking in towards mid. He's somehow able to get Steel, not even looking at the right angle. He gets a lovely flick up to find himself another kill, and now it's just a 2 for... It's 3. Oh, Smoothie. Little did you know how close he came to death. 20 HP, one bullet would have sent him down into a pit of despair and denied Movistar Riders any chance of winning that round. With 5 seconds on the clock, he starts the bomb plant, and now the kill onto that player short. Then a 2-on-2. Shox his position known. Gonna find another kill regardless. Now JKS left all on his lonesome, a 1v2. How are these rounds falling away from Complexity there? Map pick, a spray through this bench is not quite enough for the kill. He's going to finish off Smoothie though, and Shox low on HP. A single shot from the USP is going to be enough, but no kit, no time. JKS, he has to save the AK, and it's going to be Movistar Riders another close victory. Another round where they don't have any players surviving at the end of the bomb. I want close games. I enjoy good games. It's what I'm here for. It's what I really thrive on. I have a passion for CS, and Mopoz, passion for taking heads. Config, he's going to be eating some sand for a little while until this round comes to a close. JKS with that AK, he will find one kill, or it will eventually switch off. The Complexity has managed to bring things into a 3-on-3, and there's weapons that can be salvaged in towards mid. Rush, he's still towards the A site, gets a shot off on the USP, he's finding more. Another kill comes through as he salvages himself an AK. Seconds. Mopoz needs to act fast, he needs to clear CT very quickly. 7 seconds on the clock, doesn't matter as Rush will take it, I guess you could call it. Actually going to run into double ups here. Config wielding that secondary up. Poison, he'll find an opening from short. He's going to get another as well. Mopoz looking to try and find at least a trade back on. Does find Poison looking the other vector. A flashbang coming through on towards the site. Config's going to be the main point of defense while BlameF gets caught rotating away. Nice shot from Mopoz, brings things into a 3-on-3, but there's 3 defenders towards this A site, and Config with the up deals with the threat towards jungle. 40 seconds, steals push deep, takes down 1, but he's the last player alive. Config just dancing around triple, waiting for his teammate to come. Doesn't need his teammate, is he no scopes? Enough though, Smooya. 15 kills to his name so far. Can he make it 16? Yes, he can. He'll die immediately after though. That lack of armor actually really screws him up with that. He takes a lot of damage very quickly as he tries to escape. Flame F there for the trade. Let me deal with poison. Fine. JKS caught out in the open towards the A site. These last 2 remaining players for Complexity, they're the B site players right now. Rush and Blame F, they've cleared out the apartments, but my friends, it is already planted towards A. Nice bonus comes in, they would be able to buy up 5 rifles, whether they save anything or not. Blame F at 8k, poison at 8k. Decider for a main event spot. Poison, he actually tags the leg there and actually gets the follow-up onto steal. 1-shot kill. 20 above the legs. Boss tries to push out of the apartments. Got his eyes set on. Gotta be saving at this point. 15 seconds, no action. Looking likely. Alex might pick off JKS, which is nice. It's a kill. It's a little bit of economic damage, but it does signal to Complexity now where you're positioned. If they want to hunt for these guns, which they're not looking to do so. Much action going on as the last of the utility comes flying through. Mopoz, no gun out. Does find JKS either way, but takes a lot of damage and Blame F is able to finish that off, but it's the kills from Movistar Riders that'll grant access and grant control of this A bomb site. 1 play towards CT. Behind that ticket box, it's Config. He needs to find 1, maybe 2. He does get 1. That's not enough. Rush left alone in a 1 versus 3. Knife out as he went to jump around the corner. Could have spared himself a bit of his HP. I think either way he dies to Blame F there. Maybe it just takes Blame F a little bit longer. Who that loser is going to be. For Poison, he's going to be the loser in this round. He now has 1:30 to at least 1 kill. That would at least keep things somewhat viable. And Config, he's actually going to push forward. Shock's going to molly JKS to death. He burns in the flames and it's 2 quick kills, but Blame F, he can finally get 1 in return. Rush, he's pushing forward as well. 1 for him. Instant trade comes through and Complexity, they're going to get locked out of that A-bomb site. Movistar Riders, that opening pick from Smooya gives them a lot of opportunities to work with, and they exploit with a very concerted effort from the Movistar Riders. Blame F can definitely find Alex here. Nice kill to find an upgrade for his M4 to the AK. That's slightly better weaponry to take forward, but Complexity... This is where things get into a position where your bums are going to be very squeaky. Maybe nerves start to set in, because 14 to 40 not smooth sailing for Complexity. Map down already. Rush. Oh, Rush. 2 quick kills with the Deagle. That might just save Complexity. Config, he'll find 1 as well, and Complexity somehow finding miracles out of nothing. It's Smooya all on his lonesome. Can he 1v4? Oh, 2 quick kills with a P250. He's jumping out the window. Poison is not detected. And we'll put an end to the madness. I'm gonna drink, but... Oh my lord. If Complexity lose it now, they found a miracle, and JKS might have just given that up. With that aggressive peeking towards the palace, I understand what he was going for. Doesn't work out. Rush might be the next victim in years. It looks like we might be going to overtime. After all, they've got a number on this. Blame F, he's found 1 from Connector. Shox is going to trade him out, but Poison, just as for the smoke plumes, he'll take down 1. Config with another. That Complexity might just be able to fight back to find themselves 16 here. Mopoz, it relies a lot on this kill. Can he find it? Yes, he can. Takes down Config, and that leaves it all up towards Poison in a 1v2, but with only 15 seconds on the clock, Poison, the timer, is his ally. He takes down Mopoz, but Smooya is quick on the trade, and it is going to be... clock. There's time for them to work with. Rush towards short. Might get caught out here. And heal. Steal. Sprays him down through his teammate. Poison. He can find a double with single bullet from short. He's even going to find another kill as well. From A site to short again. Blame F's going to push Palace. Hope to find a shot. Mopoz is going to get caught off. But Shock's quick on the trade. Blame F didn't expect him to be that far forward or start. Still going to hope to get that bomb planted. JKS might be able to deny it, but doesn't go for the peak. Decides instead to keep it in an even 4-on-4. Doesn't want to potentially sacrifice that lead. Smooth towards mid. Somehow manages to get the shot off onto Config. Poison will eventually trade. So a 3-on-3, and with entries towards the A site itself, it requires Movistar to reply in kind, and Steel and Shocks, they definitely do so. But I will time out those who have been doing it already, but I will just find put in spoilers. JKS and Blame F, they find much needed frag in power, and there's a 17th for complexity. They get it done pretty quick. They're going to use Connector to push forwards. Alex goes up the stairs. He can't find anything. Does a lot of damage, but Blame F trades from the steel shot. Shots with the orb. Oh, that is huge. 2 quick kills. The no scope onto Config. Blame F, he's fighting for his life here as he takes down Steel and at least leaves them in just a one-man disadvantage if he can find Smooya, which he does. How has he found that shot? Smooya must have been blinded up, but it's now up to Shocks and Mopos, and Blame F is just Gangnam styling all over Movistar Riders. JKS will pick up the last kill, and complexity, they find 18, and Blame F is a potential for another 10, I guess. Well, yeah, potential for another 10 if Movistar win this one. Blame F aces both rounds, you know. It could happen, but Poison with the opening kill does. As complexity, they're going to hit towards his B site. Steel forced off the angle. Config's going to find this shot, though. Smooya, he can only muster up 1, and that is a huge, huge sequence of frags for complexity. It's all up towards Shocks. A 1 versus 4, and this would have to be something spectacular. Rush is the first point of contact, but Rush is going to be the last point of contact as well for Mirage.